Hey guys, I'm Epic Madness, and thank you for tuning in today, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Behind us, we have one of our favorite games. One of the games I play pretty much all the time is Ark, Survival Evolved. It's on PC, Mac, and Xbox One and PS4. And I'm excited to announce today but they released an update on the consoles, Xbox One and PS4. It's patch 256, and the PC and Mac version have had this for since March 31st, I believe. But this is going to open up a lot of new doors for those of you that play on PS4 and Xbox One. Um, we got some new dinosaurs. They're introducing uh, more tech tier, which we're going to discuss here. That's what we're going to start off with today. The tech underwater bases is something that they're going to bring to the consoles now. Um, I got to see this a little bit. I got to play around with it a little bit today. Um, can't say that I would really find a use for building a base underwater. Um, it's a good system to hide, like if you need to hide from something, but it seems really confusing to build. It pretty much starts off with these squares, and you can close. Well, it's like a three-dimensional square, and you can close off this wall, let this wall open, and connect another square over here. It's pretty much just connecting a bunch of Minecraft blocks together and opening sides up so you can crawl through them. Um, if that's what you're into, awesome. I know the center map has an underwater bubble that you can build in already. It does not count as a cave, I don't believe, so there's no extra damage there or anything like that. You can build this normally, and I'm fine with that. Um, so I wasn't really thrilled with the underwater bases. It's not something that I think we needed. They're very vulnerable to attack. They don't really withstand any damage. No, like I said, it's a cool concept. Very, very cool concept. But I think they're taking a little bit too far. Um, so the next thing, if you watch any of my streams or my videos on YouTube, you'll notice that my inventory menu looks a lot different than that of the Xbox and PS4. Well, I got great news for you guys to play on console. That menu redesign is coming to you. So it's going to have the two tabs that say you and inventory for like your smithy or your basic inventory. Pretty cool concept. I absolutely love it on the PC and Mac. So I'm very curious to see that on the console. I have not done the update um, on my main Xbox as of now. So pretty curious to see what that looks like. They have applied the flying nerf now on console. What that does is it's going to reduce damage and weight capacity, I believe. So the Quetzal and Anki combo is going to be heavily affected by this. The RGs are going to be pretty heavily affected by this. Um, I'm going to have to look some more into that and see exactly what's affected, what's not affected. Um, and all rideable flyers, except the Moth, now have ground attacks. So when you're on the RG before and you landed, because you had to do like a stam land or something like that, you couldn't just peck away and attack. So now you can. So that's awesome. So if you have to land in a crowded area, say there's a dillo that is right there where you have to land, and you're not really too fast on your feet with the RG or the teardown. So now you can attack, which is awesome. Um, so also, if you haven't noticed on PC, I know when I got back into playing Ark on PC and Mac, the sounds of the dinosaurs tremendously changed. Because I took like a 3-month break from Ark just to take care of some other things. And pretty much the Dodo had like a very generic sound. The RG had a very generic sound. Pterodon had a generic sound. T-Rex, and so on. Well, there's new creature sounds being brought to consoles now with this update for the Dodo, Raptor, Quetzal, Parasaur, T-Rex, Trike, Pterodon, Dilo, Direwolf, Compy, Dung Beetle, Argent, Packy, and the Mammoth. All will have brand new sounds. So if you get a chance, check those out. They sound absolutely amazing. It's kind of frightening the first time you hear it, though. So beyond that, there's new female and male character sounds, inventory sounds, building sounds, crafting sounds. It's not just that clunk and the crumble sound when you destroy a wall anymore, which is pretty cool. And they are limiting to one C4 attached to a per dino. So that means you're not going to be able to put 8 C4 on a dodo anymore and send it into a base and pull the trigger. That's not going to work anymore. Just one. Just one. So that will work. Let's see what else we have here. Sheep will now have a slaughter option when you have a club, a sword, or a hatchet equipped. And this is also going to work on PvE, which is pretty awesome. So that's a great way to get the mutton that you need to tame. I believe RGs tame very quickly with mutton. There's a couple other dinos that prefer mutton. There's going to be some new hairstyles added. One new hairstyle, one new facial hairstyle for male and female variants. So the facial hair for the female, not really sure what it's going to look like. I haven't had a chance to take a look at it yet. Could be a goatee. Who knows? There's going to be about 20 new Explorer notes. I know a lot of you don't really worry about the Explorer notes too often, don't collect them. And I only say that because you can see what's collected in the achievements a lot of times. A lot of people do not focus on Explorer notes. They'll fly right over the ruins that have them, especially on Scorched Earth. Not even stop. They don't even know what they are. They don't know about the 500-second double XP, which is very, very, very valuable. Beyond that, player invulnerability after eel attack increased to 5 seconds. I'm just reading what Wildcard sent me. I've never been attacked by an eel, so So your invulnerability after an eel attack is increased to 5 seconds. What that means, I don't know. I've never seen an eel. Scuba tanks will now provide oxygen underwater even when you're offline. So what this opens up is a world, a huge world of putting on a scuba tank, going to, well, I don't know how that'll work. But anyway, you can put on a scuba tank, go to the deepest depths of the ocean in a cave, wherever you would like to go, and hop offline to go to the bathroom or grab a drink. Good idea. Whatever Blue Cup today. Whatever you need to do, you can hop offline and take care of that. And when you get back online, you're not going to drown. So that's definitely, they're getting a little bit smarter with that kind of stuff. Underwater mines will now respect enemy foundation radius. So before you could just pop an underwater mine anywhere you wanted. Now I haven't seen these used too much in PvP, actually at all. But now you're not going to be able, they won't snap when they're too close to an enemy foundation. Kind of like when you're trying to place like a wall or a foundation now. It turns red and just will not place because it's too close. And it gives you that message across the top. Well, that's what it's going to do now. So, with the underwater mines. The underwater mines damage is also increased by 33%. Increased targeting range by 100%. Increased movement speed by 100%. So, they're going to be super fast. They're going to do a lot of damage, and they're going to be able to reach out. Cool, right? I've never seen one, so have at it. Cluster grenades. Now, I have used these a couple times. They will no longer fragment if they've been destroyed by damage. So, in other words, if you place one down and shoot it, and it explodes from damage, such as being shot or uh, whatever, it will not fragment. It will explode, but it's not going to fragment. Vault health and physical size have been decreased. This right here is... I don't know how I feel about this, because a vault was always a safe sanctuary for our extended mastercraft items, and we knew that nobody was going to waste 30 rockets to blow into a vault. It just wasn't really feasible, and I've always left vaults alone. It was kind of our way of saying, hey, we're just playing PvP, we're taking what you have out, but we still want you to be able to replay or build back up. So keep what's in your vault, you know. So I don't know how I feel about that. The physical size aspect of it, that's awesome, because they are absolutely huge. 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 So anyway, speed buff gained from oxygen stat on dinos is decreased by 80% now. Way to nerf that wild card. Yeah, so tech structures now give appropriate insulation on scorched earth. So they'll do exactly what you want them to do. You're not going to get too hot, too cold on scorched earth with your tech structures, which I got to play around with the tech structures today, and I really don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it looks cool, but the first time I come across a base that has all this light flashing stuff all over it, I really don't know how we're going to go about that. I haven't seen any bases yet, other than what I got to play with today, which was an offline version. I was able to spawn the items in just to get an idea of how they worked, how they placed. They are a bit thicker than metal walls, so the keypad, where you type in the different numbers to turn off turrets, turn on lights, whatever you have going on, that is still usable, but it's not visible in the walls. I did learn that. So the whole tech stuff I'm not a follower of, and I'll tell you why. Like I said, today I got to play around with it. The tech rifle, the tech armor, got to use a lot of element that was spawned in, and it's just overrated and overpowered. A tech rifle damages metal. I mean, okay, so you have a tech rifle, now you're unstoppable. That's pretty much what the gist of it. So I don't know if that is kind of like the server transfer thing, like their major screw up. But I mean, it does have positive points. Don't get me wrong. I have transferred from server to server to server many of times, so I have used the feature. But a lot of people, a lot of alpha tribes and whatnot, block the obelisk on a lot of different servers with fear of getting wiped by whomever. So because of the server transfer, and a lot of people will spawn in wyverns and gigas and all kinds of stuff, and to use this to their advantage to wipe servers. And I mean, I get it that we're playing a PvP game, but to kill somebody's fun is just completely messed up. Like, I don't agree with wiping servers and then like griefing everybody that hops on that server. Not a good thing. Okay, so moving on from the tech stuff, I'm not a fan of it. The T-Rex saddle's pretty cool, shoots lasers and stuff, but it's way overpowered. Like, we're talking one shot of the tech rifle or the T-Rex saddle is doing like 100 damage to a metal or tech wall, and they both have the same HP. So That's a little bit more than a rocket. Get it together, wild card. So pretty much if you're on a server and somebody has the tech gear, stay out of their way. Even the gauntlets, the gloves, whatever the hell you want to call them, give like a super punch that does like incredible amounts of damage that would kill somebody with one punch. Is that a little OP? What do you guys think? Comment below for me. Let me know if you've used it, what you think of it. Um, all right, so moving on. Turrets can now be placed underwater. Underwater turrets will not target anything above the water. Now, this is a pretty cool concept for those people that use the rafts and build out on the rafts. You can always put a turret underneath of your raft, and that keeps people with mosasaurs and stuff like that are riding them up to hit your boat or whatever. It'll put a stop to that really quick. But the unsuspecting swimmer that's just casually swimming along gathering pearls, yeah, exactly. So there's definitely major advantages to a lot of this stuff and then some major downfalls. So definitely weigh those out before you start implementing these on your own server. Because we all want to play fair. I don't think anybody that I've ever played with wants to cheat or kill somebody's fun on the game, with the exception of these griefers and raiders and whatever else. Um, so let's see what you think about that stuff. Now the big thing that I have a couple more points here, and then we'll go over the new dinosaurs. So stay tuned with me. Promise it won't be too much longer. The maturation bar. You know the bar when you're taming a dinosaur that you're like, oh, it's at the E, or is there even an E in whatever? You get the idea. Or it's at the F, or it's at the Z. Um, Now you're going to have a percentage bar. Now you've seen this when I've killed my dodo in my stream. You've seen it when we've tamed the 3 dodos that we have on Rags to Riches. And if you haven't seen that, please check it out. It's an amazing series that we're putting a lot of work into here. Um, but anyway, it'll actually have a percentage now. An egg incubation bar, the taming bar. It'll all display a numerical progress percent. So 50%, 75%, you get the idea. All right, so weight calculations, updating issues has been fixed, supposedly. Um, we'll see. The huge bird-like raptor wing thesiosaurus spawn weight in aggro range has been decreased. Thank God. That thing is absolutely obnoxious. I don't know how many times I've been just minding my own business, picking berries, cutting trees down, and all of a sudden, you know, it's obnoxious. Almost as bad as the Trudon. I'm waiting for another update to just get rid of the Trudon altogether. Like, it's just totally not even worth it. Okay, moving on. Certain creatures now have special weight reductions to specific resources, like the beaver. I am totally excited about this. So, let me tell you about this. The Anki reduces the weight of raw metal by 75% now. That is 75%. Do you get that? Like, that is huge. That's so much more metal. So metal's gonna, as long as you have an Anki, you're set. The Doed is reducing the weight of stone by 75%. The Mammoth is reducing the weight of wood by 75%. And there's a lot of these animals that are like cross reduction. Like the beaver and the thorny dragon are just the 50% reduction of resource weight due to being a jack of all trades as opposed to specializing like the Yankee. So like I think it's thatch, wood, and stone. Again, comment below. I've only been on a Thorny a couple of times, so let me know. Um, so that's huge, absolutely huge. Um, so now, what you guys have been waiting for? Let's move on to the dinosaurs. All right, I think you're going to be very shocked. Ready? There we are. Okay, so now we have the equus, whatever, however you say it. We have the Lediaceus whale-looking thing. I apologize, I'm not a dinosaur Latin speaker. We also have the Ichthyornis and the Iguanodon that are being added. So I've seen all of these except the horse. I have not ran into the horse at all. The horse apparently is a very stable mount, can carry a lot of weight, travel long distance. Not so much a battle thing. Now these, I've seen these gosh darn things beached all the time, and I went up to one and I'm like, what is this? And hit it, and it started attacking me, and it killed me. So they're pretty vicious. Um, they're defensive, I should say. So if you hit them, they're going to attack. The iguanodon is an herbivore, and it's reactive, so it won't mess with you if you just walk past it. I don't believe the horse. The horse is pretty skittish as well. Um, and the Ichthyornis is pretty skittish. But if you do manage to hit one, they will attack. So we've definitely have seen that. So out of these 4 new dinosaurs, which one do you think is going to be the greatest addition to Ark, and on consoles especially? Because it is a pain in the ass to play on a keyboard. I'd much rather play with a controller. And I do have the Steam controller here, the really nice, like, Xbox wannabe controller. However, it's just not really mapped for Ark. I've tried, and it just does not work out too well. So what I would like you guys to do is like, comment, and subscribe. Comment which one of these dinosaurs you feel is going to be the most helpful to your everyday life on Ark. Because a lot of us devote a lot of time, and these dinosaurs make or break our success. So the writing's too small for me to read on here. I can't really tell what the benefits are. I'm just taking a wild guess off of the research that I've done, but definitely let me know what you think of these dinosaurs down below. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.